comes to your journey with God and like building a relationship. And I noticed that lots of people, they get confused about fasting. They get fasting and dieting as the same thing. They think it's the same thing. It's not the same thing. Like a lot of people, they say that I've not eaten, I've not drank water, I have fasted. But you notice that these same people are still the ones that are the evil ones, are still the ones that are very nasty and very rude. So what's the point of you fasting? Fasting is such a sacramental thing. I don't think people understand how important fasting is. And Isaiah 58 talks about fasting, how important it is to God. It's a sacrifice. It's about sacrificing your flesh. And when it comes to fasting, from what I understand, fasting is about, yes, like I said, sacrificing your flesh. It's about sacrificing your human desires, your ways, your bad behavior, or your morality, your iniquities, all of that. It's about really changing your ways here. I know lots of people that fast. They say they fast maybe a whole day, 2 days, Esther fasting. And then by the end of their fasting, they're still the same person. Fasting is about humbling yourself, getting rid of all these sins that you know is not good for you. What I mean by that is like, say if you're usually an angry person or a person that is usually angry, then your goal should be, okay, let me refrain from being angry. Let me try and change that when you're fasting. That's what fasting is about. Like it's about letting go of all the things that you know that's not pleasing the Lord, to try and humble yourself and renew yourself. Fasting is a spiritual growth, and people get confused about fasting. They say, oh, I didn't drink water, I didn't eat, that means I'm fasting. No, because that's the same as dieting. When you're dieting, you're not eating, you're not drinking water. So many people around the world that are non-Christians, that don't believe in God, they diet. Does that mean they're fasting? No. There's a difference between fasting and dieting. Fasting is about sacrificing your flesh. It's a spiritual growth, building a relationship with God. And at the end of the fasting, you know, a lot of Christians don't do this, but you're actually supposed to give to charity. So you end your fasting by giving it to charity. It even says it on Isaiah 58, to lend to the poor. In Isaiah 58, it says to lend to the poor. A lot of people, they just fast and that's it. They don't give out to the poor. They don't do anything. So lots of people have confused fasting, and I recommend that you guys read Isaiah 58, True Fasting, because that goes into detail about what fasting is. But a lot of people, they complain why they're not growing spiritually. The reason why you're not growing spiritually is because you're not fasting properly. Fasting is a very important thing to God. It shows that you're willing to make sacrifice